Emancipation and Independence Week of celebrations is officially 1 week away. Are you excited? I've been rocking to the festival song and gospel competition tunes, and I can't wait for Denby 68 and Grand Gala celebrations. We truly have a lot to celebrate in our 60th year of independence. How will you be marking this significant achievement? Tell us about it by emailing Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Let's join hands and hearts to reignite our nation for greatness. You're inside Jamaica Magazine, and it will return right after this short break. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Stay tuned.
No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican.
Jamaica comes alive as we celebrate 60 years of independence, our Diamond Jubilee, all year long. Join in the celebratory events, showcasing impactful legacy projects, entertainment and exciting commemorative events. Resilient and brave, industrious. Yes, we are Jamaicans. Jamaica 60, reigniting a nation for greatness.
Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican bap.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, July 25, 2022. A second case of monkeypox has been confirmed in Jamaica, even as the government strengthens its response in the wake of the outbreak being declared as a global health emergency. On Sunday, the Ministry of Health and Wellness revealed that a male traveler who recently returned to the island from New York has tested positive for monkeypox. This follows an earlier imported confirmed case of another male traveler on July 6. The latest patient is reported to be in isolation and in stable condition, while the case is being investigated and contact tracing has begun. The World Health Organization, WHO, declared the global monkeypox outbreak as a public health emergency of international concern on the weekend. This highest level of alert is given in the case of a serious, uncommon public health event that may require a coordinated international response. Currently, more than 75 countries, including the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, have reported cases of monkeypox. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Besacer McKenzie says it reinforces Jamaica's coordinated response for prevention and early detection and stopping transmission of the virus. As part of increasing readiness, Dr. Besacer McKenzie says the ministry has intensified surveillance for fever and rash. Spread of monkeypox may occur when a person comes in close contact with an infected animal or individual. Person-to-person spread may occur through direct contact with monkeypox skin lesions or scabs, contaminated personal items such as clothing, bed linen or towels, or respiratory droplets from coughing or sneezing of an individual with the rash. Symptoms are usually mild to moderate and include fever, intense headache, swelling of the lymph nodes, back pain, muscle ache, and/or rash on the skin. Persons who experience these warning signs must immediately isolate and call ahead to their healthcare center or doctor before visiting. The Health Ministry is urging Jamaicans to remain vigilant by heightening their adherence to the infection prevention measures for COVID-19, which are also effective in limiting the spread of monkeypox. These include frequent hand washing or sanitization, mask wearing, and physical distancing. Residents of Christiana now have access to a free and secured community Wi-Fi hotspot. The system, which was installed last Friday, is one of several being implemented by the Universal Service Fund, USF, in communities across the island. During Friday's unveiling, Member of Parliament for Manchester North Eastern and Minister of Transport and Mining, Audley Shaw, urged the community members to actively make it work for their growth.
Let us give God thanks for the introduction of this technology, Wi-Fi technology, free access to it, so that it can help us to enhance our education, enhance our learning experience, enhance our business activities, enhance our communication activities.
The USF has commissioned hundreds of Wi-Fi hotspots and community access points across the island and is executing projects valued at more than $1.2 billion for the current financial year. Renovation of the fire-damaged Highgate Market in St. Mary will be done on a phased basis. This was disclosed by the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, while touring the facility recently. He says once the market is cleaned of debris, the authorities will be in a better position to carry out the real assessment of what is required. A temporary space will be set up to accommodate affected vendors.
In discussions with the mayor and your member of parliament and the councillor, we have agreed that once we clean out the market, we will provide temporary space at a section of the market, and that temporary location will be determined by the mayor and the team as to who will occupy those temporary locations.
Minister McKenzie assured the vendors that the market would be reconstructed, but said it was going to take some time.
I don't want anybody to have a false sense of assurance that we're going to build back the market in 2 weeks' time. That is not possible, because it is going to take some time for us to look at what is required and to make the kind of adjustments that is going to be needed to make this location meaningful.
Tilapia and oyster products will be on sale at the Denbigh Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show set for July 30 to August 1 in Clarendon. Chief Executive Officer for the National Fisheries Authority, NFA, Dr. Gavin Bellamy, says this is part of efforts to promote the consumption of local fish and fish products under the Agriculture and Fisheries Ministry's Grow Smart, Eat Smart campaign. Speaking at a recent JIS think tank, he said visitors to the NFA booth would be able to buy raw tilapia for preparation and get details on how to join the sector as a farmer.
We also are encouraging freshwater shrimp, which can be done at the same time in the same pond whilst you're doing your tilapia. So you are being more economical, it's more viable, you have two different products growing at the same time.
Senior Director in the Aquaculture Branch at the NFA, Mr. Dehan Brown, says personnel will be on site to provide technical advice to persons interested in tilapia farming.
What we want to do is that all the inputs or all the products that we have from the production side of it, we want to introduce it to the patrons at Denbigh.
And finally, government has launched 2 commemorative stamps in honor of Jamaica's 60th independence anniversary. They have been developed through a partnership between the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport and the Post and Telecommunications Department, Jamaica Post. Portfolio Minister Olivia Grange is encouraging Jamaicans here and in the diaspora to purchase and use the stamps and give them as gifts.
There is always need for commemorative stamps. Collect these stamps because they're going to be valuable, particularly at this time when everything is going digital.
The stamps highlight the Jamaica 60 anniversary logo, which is centered around the swallowtail hummingbird. They are available at Jamaica Post locations island-wide for $60 and $120. The $60 stamp will be used locally, while the $120 is intended for international circulation. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Did you hear the good news? The living conditions of 2 more Jamaicans have improved, thanks to the delivery of 2 houses under the state's new social housing program. They were handed over to the recipients last Wednesday by the program's conceptualizer, Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Hear more about the initiative that's geared towards increasing citizens' access to housing.
The house what I was living in, it was horrible. And I get a nice 3-bedroom, living hall, kitchen and bathroom. I want to say thank you so much. This coming from my heart.
Since 2019, the National Social Housing Program has been delivering solutions to eliminate housing poverty on the island. Already, 36 units have been delivered. And recently, government opened a low-cost housing design competition to place roofs over the heads of even more Jamaicans.
I'm very interested in seeing what the solutions that you bring to the table are, because we are going to take them and put them into practice. The transformation of Jamaica starts now.
Through the competition, launched in May, the state will access creative, original, resilient, low-cost housing designs. It's anticipated that this will accelerate home ownership under the National Social Housing Program, NSHP.
What we want to get from the competition is a design unit that uses materials that are easily available, cost-effective materials, but materials that are also durable, that are suited for our environment, and materials that are easy to use in the construction process.
Between May and August, 305 architects, urban planners and developers at home and in the diaspora registered for the competition. Submissions were done individually or in teams with a maximum of 5 persons. Selected designs were low-cost, original, climate-smart, disabled-enabled, and able to be configured for the Jamaican terrain. Prize money of between $250,000 and $1 million has been set aside for the top 3 entrants.
Whatever solutions that come up, even those solutions that don't win, the government would take that application, put it through our bureaucracy, and then have it implemented.
The designs will be used as a model for the National Social Housing Program, NSHP, a component of the Housing, Opportunity, Production and Employment Hope Program. The NSHP was developed in 2018 to improve the housing conditions of the country's poor and indigent. The objective is achieved through 3 modalities.
The first is the provision of indigent housing. The benefits will be equitably distributed across 63 constituencies, with each constituency receiving 5 units per annum. Then there is the relocation of vulnerable communities. Persons whose lives are in imminent danger will be given priority attention. And then the third modality is the upgrading of tenements, or as we call them, big yards. One such project will be undertaken in each constituency where we can identify tenement yards.
The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation has oversight for the NSHP, which is administered by a secretariat headed by National Director Danville Walker. The NHSP delivered its first house in 2019, and since then, 36 additional homes have been supplied at a combined cost of $376 million.
Just as me about to give up and say, no, to this again we have fight with something we say, just approach we said time. So you know, so we're glad we can explain to them.
And I know that you will impact a lot of persons just as though you impact me, my life, my children, my family. I could never have done this on my own. So I'm so grateful.
This is not and will not be taken for granted, but we will of course sleep like kings and queens tonight. Of course, so we are grateful.
What's more, 28 units are currently under construction and another 29 are to commence shortly. 45 projects are at various stages of procurement, with 7 to go to tender shortly. And recently, a memorandum of understanding was signed for the construction of the Victoria Palms housing development. Through the project, 200 residents of Denham Town in Kingston will be relocated to more secure accommodations.
We believe that good housing, good shelter is a right, and we are going to do everything in our powers to ensure that you can benefit from one of these shelter solutions. Even if you're poor and indigent, it shouldn't be that you live in a little tattoo where if the slightest breeze blow it could collapse, or if there's a sprinkle of rain you get wet. That is a commitment that this government has to our people, that all Jamaicans, regardless of your social standard, your social circumstances, there should be a minimum level of shelter, of housing that you are entitled to as a citizen of this country. I can't tell you that overnight we are going to transform all the dilapidated, poor housing conditions like this to this. I couldn't promise you that. But what I can commit to you is that I am going to try my hardest to move from this to this.
Everyone has the right to freedom of expression, even our children.
My voice matters.
Every child has a right to speak up. It's not like they can stay quiet forever, and everything they have to say is important. So that's why I think my voice matters.
At school and at home, every child's voice should matter.
In this school, nobody is more and nobody is less.
My teachers, my parents, they know who I am because they understand me and they know what I understand from what I don't.
I will encourage the students to do their best. I will say even if they do not get something they want, they might get something even better.
When emotions are close to the surface and we contemplate on life, we will all remember the phrase, "A child shall lead them."
My voice matters.
The Institute of Jamaica's Junior Center is giving children a voice through its summer arts program. Take a look.
In different cultures, the drum is a sacred tool, connecting heaven to earth while maintaining the rhythm of the world. Drumming builds a vibe, but also calms the spirit. To be a pro is no easy feat, and the art of putting hand to skin or plastic to belt a tune that is pleasing to the ear takes time. It's this and much more that youth were taught at the Greater Portmore Junior Center in the Summer Art Workshop, guided by the theme Unlocking the Potential and Transforming Lives through the Institute of Jamaica.
As director of the Programs Coordination Division, which I like to call the children's arm of the IOJ, the division is comprised of 3 spaces. 2 junior centers, that is one at East Street, and the one where we are today, the Greater Portmore Junior Center, and the Simon Bolivar Cultural Center located at North Parade. And our focus is the visual and performing arts. We know the arts are therapeutic. From the arts help with cognitive, it helps with intellectual growth. It is proven, it is not just anecdotal, but the research shows it. So once the children are involved in that kind of activity, it is almost guaranteed that the academic performance will improve.
The COVID-19 pandemic limited face-to-face interaction.
But for 2022, we are back again in the centers. And we are open, having our youngsters coming, having fun.
The workshop was made possible through funding from the American Friends of Jamaica.
I want to say thanks for the support that we have gotten. The American Friends of Jamaica came on board and gave us a grant. So with this grant, we are able to subsidize. So all students, free of cost, they don't have to pay transportation. We are able to subsidize the lunches. The entrance to the venue, we are able to take care of all of that. For some of our students, we are able to provide the lunches. There is a small fee of $4,000 per week, but for a number of our students, where the difficulty is, we have been able to take them on free because we have gotten that grant.
The Junior Center serves the Greater Portmore community and provides resources that would otherwise be difficult for teens to access. In order to get your child involved, sign their names on the dotted line. Registration is usually the entire month of June, and the workshop begins around the first week of July.
During the workshop, each day we have like 3 sessions. So like in the morning when we come in, we invite God in our presence, and then we have like a presentation. It's like an interactive and fun presentation. And we have persons from our sister agency as well, from the Institute of Jamaica, as well as we invite other persons from external to the IOJ to come in and present on anything of interest.
Expect a field trip. And at the end of the program, participants show off what they learn for all to see.
So they'll be the one entertaining us, and then we'll have showcasing also the craft items and some of the stuff that they have done in the papermaking class and the art and craft class.
When asked why it's important for children to be a part of a summer program,
all year round they are doing academic, and I think this one time of the year, instead of doing the maths, the English and the whatever, give them something else outside of that to unwind the mind and take away the deep focus from the academic area.
The Junior Center is a safe space. It is a safe space for your children. It is where they are learning, it is where they are exposed, it is where they have an opportunity to learn new things, to make new friends.
if you missed the opportunity to join this year's Junior Center Summer Experience, jot down the dates mentioned in your calendar and get ready for next year. Come on, parents, give your children one more thing for which to say thank you.
As we celebrate 60 years of independence, we look at one of our most visible symbols of nationhood.
I've traveled all over the world and I've seen the Jamaican flag in so many different countries, and it gives me a sense of pride.
Representing my country and seeing the flag means everything to me. It's an honor playing for the national team.
I've migrated for 19 years and have been living in the US, but there is no greater joy knowing how it has the power to connect us and bring us in the diaspora together.
For me, the Jamaican flag is a language, and it includes me in the conversations.
When the Olympics starts and I see the flag waving, it means a lot to us.
Sunday, August 5, 1962, 2 minutes to midnight. The new flag was about to be hoisted over the National Stadium. The lights were replaced by darkness, as if to expunge the horrid memories of the last 300 years. The red, blue, and white Union Jack did its last wave, and then it was lowered, gently tugged down the flagpole by a representative from the Jamaican militia. It had flown its course a long 307 years. And the replacement was the black, green, and gold, our very own Jamaican flag.
The Jamaican flag was approved by government the 6th of August, 1962. It is important to know that a flag is a symbol which identifies a country. Started on a very sad note. In times of war, people need to identify with a symbol. So where you are standing, you would know that's my side. So the enemy could take away the flag, and then you would be ambushed and then get hurt. But on a joyful and peaceful note, our flag was established in '62 for our symbols. There was a very active competition, and there were many persons who would want to associate with the design, and so an approval was given. Looking at the flag is diagonal, in gold, and there are 4 triangles. The top and the bottom green, and the others black.
The gold, represents sunshine, happiness, our people, no matter if we're going through hardship, we're always smiling.
And the green is for our hope and agricultural resources.
And the black, then in 62, means hardships there are. And that was changed by government in 1997 with a committee presided over by Professor the Honorable Rex Nettleford. So it was changed to mean the creativity of the people. The flag has its protocol. It's never to be put on the ground, and it is placed to the right when you're on the platform. Of course, with athletics international competition, you'll notice people are wrapping the flags all over them. Years ago, that was unheard of because it's a solemn signal. When the national anthem is played or sung, you look in the direction of the flag. We are proud of our flag, and wherever we see it, there are some of us who still bow as respect to our dear country.
When I'm overseas and I see the flag, I feel proud because, not every country is at a big tournament. Not everyone will have their flag flying high.
Our flag is so special because it unites our people wherever in the world we are.
When I look down on the flag, it makes me feel proud as a Jamaican to know that I've been able to serve my country.
So yes, the Jamaican flag gives me a voice. We also have deaf athletes going to represent Jamaica in other countries. And when other countries see our flag, they feel proud, and we feel proud as Jamaicans.
Jamaican flag represents pride to me. The other day someone said we should have a Caribbean flag, and we said we already have one, it's the Jamaican flag.
Jamaican flags, it represents me, it represents you, it represents every Jamaican.
We're no longer subjects of colonialism, directed by the orders of the British, but free citizens of our very own country. O green isle of the Indies, Jamaica, strong and free, our vows and loyal promises, O heartland, 'tis to thee.
That's all the time we have left here on this station. Be sure to join us again tomorrow around about the same time for another information-packed half-hour program. Keep in touch with us by visiting our website and sending your emails to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I am Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.